right. Well, good morning, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I see some green out there. Very nice, very nice. There are many great stories and legends surrounding St. Patrick. One of my favorites is a story that led to the writing of one of the great prayers of the Celtic Christian canon. It's the prayer that's called the breastplate of St. Patrick, or also known as the Deer's Cry. Let me set the scene for you. The year is 433 of the Common Era. Patrick has emigrated from Britain to Ireland and is starting to preach the gospel. Ireland at this point is a quite wild and violent place. The land is dominated by multiple pagan kings of various clans, most of whom spend a great deal of their time warring and fighting with each other. Our story starts on Easter Vigil Saturday. Patrick plans to hold an Easter Vigil liturgy on the top of Slane Hill, which is in the territory of a pagan king named Logair. So happened that there was also a pagan festival due to start that same evening. The law of the land was that no one may light their fire on that evening before Logair lit his. Now, it's not clear if Patrick was ignorant of this law or was trying to send a message, but in any event, he lights his fire on the top of Slane Hill before Logair lights his fire to start the pagan festival. And Logair can see Patrick's fire from his castle, and to put it politely, he is not happy. So he sends two groups of soldiers to investigate. Tells the first group of soldiers to deliver a message asking whoever is in charge of things on Slane Hill to come in for a royal visit so that the king could hear what was so important as to justify the violation of his rule. And he tells the second group of soldiers to kill the Slane Hill scofflaws once they enter the woods between Slane Hill and the king's castle. The first group of soldiers deliver the king's message, and Patrick agrees to go meet with the king. Patrick somehow catches wind of the plan to kill him in the forest, and he asks for God's protection, and God responds by casting a spell on the second group of soldiers so that when they encounter Patrick and his colleagues in the forest, all they see is a group of deer. Patrick is able to make it to the king's castle, and after a series of explanations and a few more signs and wonders, the end result is that Patrick is allowed to preach the gospel not only in the territory of King Logair, but in all of Ireland. At least that's the way the legend goes. About 300 years later, someone wrote a prayer to commemorate this event from Patrick's point of view, sometimes called the breastplate of St. Patrick and sometimes called the Deer's Cry, referring to the vision of the deer in the forest. It starts, I arise today through a mighty strength, and then lists the sources of Patrick's strength. God comes first, of course, but in true Celtic Christian fashion, Patrick also invokes the strength of all creation. He writes, I arise today through the strength of heaven, the light of the sun, the radiance of the moon, the splendor of fire, the speed of lightning, the swiftness of wind, the depth of the sea, the stability of the earth, and the firmness of rock. Patrick then describes his experience of feeling God's sustaining love. Christ with me, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ in me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ on my right, and Christ on my left, Christ when I lie down, and Christ when I arise. This prayer is consistent with the Celtic Christian understanding of soul. The Celts understand that we are inside our soul rather than our soul being inside us. Our soul is all around us all the time. When we breathe in, we suffuse our whole body with God's love. This prayer has been put to song and has been sung by various artists. Here's a beautiful version that's sung by Lisa Kelly. So as we move through these difficult times, we can all be comforted by remembering that no matter what happens, God is always with us, before us, behind us, above us, beneath us. Christ on our right, Christ on our left. Christ when we lie down to sleep, and Christ when we arise and venture out into the world. And so let us pray. Follow your breath in and out. Imagine that God's love is all around you. Every breath you take, you breathe in love. Give yourself a couple of really deep breaths and slow down on the exhale. Feel God's love spread out into every cell of your body. Into every aching joint. Into the pit of worry in your belly, if you have one. Breathe in love and release your pain back to God. Now let your awareness move to the base of your spine. Feel how you are settled into your seat. Our earth is full of Christic energy and love. The pulling embrace of gravity is one way that we experience Christ's love. Feel the Christic energy flowing up from earth into your body. Christ beneath us. Now let your awareness move to the top of your head. Open up to the light, to the transcendent expanse of the cosmos. God is there too. Let the divine cosmic energy flow into your body from the heavens. Feel it mix with the Christic energy drawn up from earth. And just rest in God's loving embrace. Breathing in love. Drawing up love. Letting divine love flow into you. At your own pace, and when it feels right, you can come on back to our Zoom. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And happy St. Joseph's Day.